Hi, everybody. Welcome. And we are presenting today our timely Torah class. This is a slightly later edition as we are nearly 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but that's okay. I have something to share with you, and notwithstanding how my day has been so far, allow me to share something which I actually think is really beautiful. If you are watching a recording of this later, you can find the source sheet together with the weekly Beth Tikva email that we send out. And if you are watching this on Facebook Live, then you'll be able to take the source sheet as it is appearing in the comments bar. Allow me to share with you the following. This week's parasha is Vayeitze, and we have something absolutely fascinating and really beautiful that I would like to share with you. Take a look, if you will. There you go. The source sheet is now up and ready for your viewing. Take a look at if you will, at the following. I'd like to share with you chapter 29, verses 9 through 11. Chav Tet, Psukim Tet through Yud Aleph. Listen to the following. We have, here you go. You know what? I'm going to share it for you on my screen. That will be even better. And that way you'll be able to see what it is that I'm reading. Odena medaber imam v'Rachel ba im atzon asher la'aviha ki ra'a hi. You'll remember the story. Yitzhak has blessed Yacov as Yacov was pretending to be his twin brother. Esav, his twin, comes in, discovers what has happened, and vows to kill his twin brother. At this point, Yacov runs away from home. Yacov runs away from home, and he will meet. That's not supposed to happen. And Yacov will meet Rachel. He will be speaking with various shepherds at a well. And as our verse comes to teach us, while he is still speaking with them, Rachel comes with her father's flock because she was a shepherdess. Take a look at the next verse. V'yika asher ra'a Ya'akov et Rachel bat Lavan achi imo. And it was when Yaakov saw Rachel, the daughter of his uncle Lavan, and the Betson Lavan achi imo, and the flocks of Lavan, his uncle. V'yigash Yaakov yagel et ha'evim al pi ha'be'er. Yacov went up, rolled the stone off the mouth of the well. There was a huge, enormous, big stone protecting the well from being sabotaged. Everyone had to collectively put their effort in so it could be raised off. This was a way of securing the water supply. Only when everyone was there would they collectively remove the lid. Nobody trusted anybody. It's an incredible lack of distrust. At that point, Yacov comes, pops the incredibly hard stone off of the top of the well, v'yashak et son Lavan achi imo, and he will water the entire flock of his uncle Lavan. Take a look at the next line. V'yashak Yaakov l'Rachel, v'yisa et kolo v'yefk. Yaakov will then kiss Rachel, and he will break into tears. It's an amazing thing. That's an amazing thing. He kisses Rachel and then immediately bursts into tears. What is going on there? There is a lot of things that I would like to analyze in just these few short 3 verses. But if I can, I want to bring to your attention, if you look carefully, the word that we have for Yaakov watered the flocks. Let me share again the verse so you can see the Hebrew. Because if you take a look, and what I've done, I'm so nice, I've actually enlarged it and bolded it for you. If you look there in the center of the screen, V'yashak et son Lavan achi imo. Yaakov will water the flock of Lavan. So the word there for water is vayashk. And then he kisses Rachel. And when he kisses her, what word is used? Vayashk. Vayashk Yacov LaRachel. Yacov kisses Rachel. The same word for water, to water the flock, is the same word for to kiss. Fascinating. What's going on? I thought a kiss was just a kiss. And now it seems that actually a kiss is able to be something which nurtures, waters, gives life to. Gives life to. What is going on in this fascinating passage? A key into discovering what this is all about is actually an amazing article written by Linda Stone titled Beyond Simple Multitasking. She is a clinician, psychologist, author, and she writes for very popular newspapers over the globe. I want to read a simple section of an article called Beyond Simple Multitasking. She first of all sets out what simple multitasking is, and then she goes into what she calls complex multitasking. With simple multitasking, one or more activities is somewhat automatic or routine, like eating lunch or stirring soup. That activity is then paired with another activity that's automatic. An activity, maybe a second activity that will require some type of cognition, like writing an email or talking on the phone. Simple multitasking makes it possible to cram more into our workday. Skip to the end. In the case of complex multitasking, we're motivated by a desire not to miss anything. We're engaged in two activities that both demand our cognition. We're talking on the phone and driving. We're writing an email and participating in a conference call. Does this sound familiar? Has this ever happened to you? We're carrying on a conversation at dinner and texting underneath the table. And she finishes, complex multitasking is always on, anywhere, anytime, any place. It is a behavior that creates an artificial sense of crisis. We are always in high alert. We're always demanding multiple cognitively complex actions from ourselves. We are reaching to keep a top priority and focus, while at the same time scanning the periphery to see if we're missing any other opportunities. Our very fickle attention shifts focus. What's ringing? Who is it? How many emails? What's on my list? I think this article on complex multitasking is a key into why the word kiss can be used as a double entendre to also mean to water, to give water to animals. There are times where a kiss is just a kiss, nothing more, nothing less. It's a little peck on the cheek. It's innocent. It's almost irrelevant. And then there are other times where when you kiss someone, it is powerful, it is meaningful. You take their whole person in, and what you are doing is saying, I see you, I love you, I understand you, I get you. Not only do I want to be with you, but I'm giving my full self to you. And in that giving of our full selves, we nourish and nurture and literally keep alive the other to whom we are kissing. There are times when a kiss is not just a kiss. A kiss can be giving our whole selves into what we are doing in that moment and literally bringing to life, animating, supporting, nourishing, nurturing the other individual. That's what a kiss can be. And I think this example and parallel between simple multitasking and complex multitasking, in our world, we want to do everything simultaneously. And sometimes it takes cognition on multiple fronts. Writing an email and being in a conference call and listening to music and driving and talking. And we realize we can't do everything simultaneously. And by trying to spread ourselves so thin, we end up not really giving our love, our attention, our nourishment to others. What we are reminded of in this week's Torah portion and in the way the parasha connects kissing with watering the flocks is that when we are engaged in an act, can we bring our full selves into that moment, especially an act of love, especially an act of tenderness, of dedication, of intimacy. And if we can bring our full selves into that moment, then actually we can nourish, nurture. There's no difference between that and taking care of the very well-being and life of all of those with whom we are coming into contact with. To finish, just wait one more minute. I want to show you how powerful this is, because we intuitively get that a kiss is vayashk. You can kiss someone and you can nourish and water the flocks, and they're the same. We all pick up on this. Let me explain why. A number of years ago, Benetton, this is a French style fashion company, released a series of ads, and all of their ads, by the way, have had the same effect. They have won awards and they have been wildly criticized in mainstream media for being pushing the boundaries, for being inappropriate, for being over the top, for being sometimes outrageous, negatively so. Benetton, a number of years ago, you might even remember this. I think it came out 2011, 2012. They came out with an ad campaign called Unhate. What was Unhate? They came out with an ad campaign where they had international world leaders, and it was photoshopped, kissing another international world leader that typically they would not get along with. So you had the president of the United States, I think at the time it was Obama, kissing the president of China. You had the Pope kissing a famous imam. You had Nicolas Sarkozy, I think is the pronunciation, the president of France, kissing Angela Merkel. And it was at a time when France and Germany were at loggerheads with one another politically. You have these images of lifelong, like the leader of North Korea and the leader of South Korea kissing each other. And it exploded. People were like, how outrageous, how can you do this? And it was exactly what Benetton wanted. It's always what Benetton wants. Create provocation so as to sell your clothes, even though their clothes don't even feature anywhere in the advertisement. I actually have a picture of the ad. Do you want to see a picture of the ad? Take a look at the following picture. It's very powerful and shocking. Here is a picture of these international world leaders, and it's a frightening ad, actually. There's a lot more to be said about this. But what's behind that ad? What's behind that ad is what you and I intuitively realize. When you kiss someone, you're engaged fully in bringing your full self there. And that is what the Torah is bringing out, that Yacov kissed Rachel and Yacov watered the flocks of Lavan's sheep. In our lives, we're engaged in complex multitasking. Our role is to remember to give our fullness and our presence, especially for those who are most meaningful and important to us, our intimacy and our meaning and our love, and realize that it's you in front of me right here, right now. You have my full attention. And in doing so, we nourish and indeed give life to those who are in front of us. That's my idea for today. Wish all of you a good early Erev Shabbat Shalom.